Hey guys, welcome to another video in the lockdown period. Today we're going to be drawing this dog, and then after that a group of people. This is the second lesson in the drawing series for this lockdown period. And what we're going to be looking at today is an extension of what we did last week, which is basically how to get the main shapes and proportions of the thing that you're drawing down on the page. So you can see I've got this picture of this very excellent little golden retriever puppy. And what I've done is I've looked at it and wondered, is it taller or wider? And what I've discovered is actually taller, but not a lot. So I've drawn a little rectangle that's just a little bit higher than it is wide, and that's given me a sense that I've got the basic proportions. Then what I've done, what that's useful for is you can go, well, if I go like that, I can see one, it's nearly half, but it's not quite half. So I make a little mark that's nearly half, but not quite half. So that's half and a bit less than half. And that gives me an idea where the muzzle and the head's going to fit in. If I look at the shape one, that gap that's on this side, from the nose to the body, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 1/4 of the way across, so about 1/4. This is very rough, as you can see. Just give me an idea where things go. If I look at the total shape of the body, if I draw a line, might make it easier to see what I mean. The total shape of the body could almost be like a triangle, but remember that there's that gap on the side, this gap here. Okay, so this is your rectangle around the outside. You can see it is a bit taller than it is wide. And that gap there is about 1/4 of the way, so something like that. So I'm going to kind of draw that triangle, like so. Then the head basically is like a circle. And you can see it's not sitting right in the top of the triangle, it's over to one side, nearly reaching the end of the original rectangle, so something like that. There's this little muzzle that could be described as a little square there. Yeah, and then that's my basic shape of the dog already started. This, I suppose I could describe it as a triangle. It sits sort of inside that circle. And there's another little triangle here, or the eye, and it sort of sits just above, or just right about level with the corner there, where the circle joins on with the little square of the muzzle. The nose, again, another little triangle, and it's got a little smiley mouth, which you just want to scoop up there. And that's my basic shape. A few little things, like I've got the foot here, could be a semicircle. I've got an arm here, a little round shoulder, two little rectangles. Draw the fat little belly in there, maybe give him a bit more shoulder, bit of an arm, bit of a fluff reach there. And that's not supposed to be my drawing, by the way. That's just supposed to be the map of my drawing, where my drawing goes. When the drawing happens, or the magic happens, if you want to think of it that way, is what really happens is this just sets up an idea where things are going to go. But what I want to do now is I want to actually look back at my original drawing and really pay attention to the actual contour of the dog. And when I say contour, what I really mean is, if it did have an outline around it, what would that outline actually look like? So how we get there from where we're at is that we have to start off at some point, and we really have to start really looking, and then we have to let our eye go on a bit of a journey all the way around the whole object. So, and we have to make our hands keep in tune with that. Also, what we can do as we go along the way is we might check some of the angles with our pencil and go, oh, that angle's not quite right. I might need to sort that out a little bit. Some things don't look quite right, or some things do look pretty much right. We might even do that before we start, just to check we're on the right track. Because this orange bit that I've drawn. You might draw that very lightly in pencil, not orange texture. That's just so that you can see what it looks like. But what we're going to do is basically follow around the contour as we can see it, using that orange line as a kind of guide. But at the same time, what we're doing is really looking back much more carefully at the actual contour, the actual outline of the original thing we were drawing. Now, if it's your own puppy or cat or goldfish or whatever, probably you're going to be able to really know what it looks like anyway. But still, it's a good idea to really trust in your eyes and just looking at all the different angles, and just try to just be drawing one angle, one curve, one little bit of the contour at a time, and just keep checking back. So just try and do one bit and try and do the whole thing and try to draw the whole head, just one little curve, one little angle at a time. So one curve, one angle at a time. Okay, I can see I've got this eye a little bit too high in my original drawing, but sometimes that's useful to compare the two, like that. Now, you might think, oh, that's pretty messy, and I can see this orange and I can see that black. Well, normally an artist would draw that, what I drew in orange, they would draw that in very light pencil, and then you'd only see the dark pencil over the top of it. On top of this, we might do a whole bunch of shading and work on textures and stuff like that, but that'll be another lesson. This lesson today is just all about how to draw an object. Maybe it's your puppy, or maybe it's another photo or something that matters to you. I hope you have a crack at it. Now, I'd recommend that you just try one bit at a time and pause the video as you go along. So step one might be finding the photo. Step two is finding out whether it's higher or wider and drawing a little rectangle. Step three is drawing the little shapes that make up that object. And then step four is drawing the contours. So good luck with that, and hope you enjoyed the lesson.